Hi guys, bargain store project time again. We're going to use this 18 peg clothes dryer to make a gravity car. Okay, I've taken it apart. These are all the bits I don't need, which leaves me with that and that bit. And the plan is my gravity car will be a tripod, so that's convenient. We got 1, 2, 3 places to mount the tripod. That piece can be on the top of the tripod to hold it together. All we've got to do is decide where we're going to put the wheels and what we're going to use for wheels. And I think I shall make my wheels out of my old favourite polystyrene pizza trays. I shall cut some discs out of them, hot glue them together and use them as the wheels. Right, I've marked some circles on my pizza tray. I shall cut them out. My plan is to make 3 wheels, because I'm going to make a 3-wheeled gravity car. But each wheel will be made of 2 of these discs. There we go. 6 discs out of 3 pizza trays. I drew the circles using my dividers, so that means I know where the centres are. What I'll do is I'll put some plastic tubing through the centres to give them a bit of extra strength. That's convenient. These felt tip pens are just the right size, if I cut them up, to slide over my flower canes. So I'm going to use these plastic tubes as the strengtheners or hubs to go through the middle of these polystyrene wheels. For the front wheel I'm using a couple of my flower canes. I've got some bent paper clips around the end. I've got a bit of plastic as a spacer to give us the gap. That's actually bits of the felt tip pen I'm using as the bearings, and I shall mount that on the framework like that to give us our front wheel. Right, the bearings for the back axle are just going to be some bent paper clips. I'll have to be a bit careful, try and get them the same height, and then I'll just hot glue them in place and trim off the excess. Right, that's the wheels and the axles fitted. You can see the bent paper clip. I've got some nice little plastic discs there that are holding it in place, stopping it moving side to side. Now I shall make my tripod using this piece of plastic that came from the original whatever it was, clothes dryer. I shall glue them into here, all 3 of them, and then fit them to the chassis. Right, that's the top end of my tripod ready. Right, a little bit of paper clip bent around the back axle to give us something to hook the string onto. At the top of our tripod we've got another bit of bent paper clip. One final touch, I've just cut the bottom off a plastic pop bottle and stretched it across the middle there so that it catches the weight as it drops. Okay, time for a test run, I think. Okay, here we are ready for a test run. just need to add the weights, wrap them around the back axle, or wrap the string around the back axle and see if it goes. Had the same problem as the previous car. The back axle's just too thin. It's not putting enough leverage on the wheels. You'll have to look at my previous episodes to understand what I'm talking about. But what I've done is I've thickened up the back axle with some polystyrene foam wrapped around it, and now I'll wrap my fishing line, as it is, round the thicker axle, and that gives it enough leverage to get the car moving at a good speed. So I'll put my camera down and do that. Turn it around a bit so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to wrap the line around the thicker bit of the axle. So, no, it's not even on the camera. That's better. Now you can see what I'm doing. So it's wrapping it around that thicker bit, and that gives it more leverage, so it can turn the wheels easier. Okay, put the car in position, pick up the camera so we can actually see what's going on. Okay, point it in the right direction and release. Okay, 5 meters travelled. Summary time. What did we make it out of? Well, this is basically a clothes dryer, which had lots of pegs on it, which I've taken off. The reason I chose it was a convenient triangle. So that meant it was easy for me to put my tripod of flower canes on top. The wheels are made out of polystyrene cut from pizza trays. The axles are flower canes. And as you just saw, I thickened it up to give it a bit more leverage on the wheels. I think there's just too much flexibility in that axle, so doing that makes it run easier. The weights, I've got a 3 ounce and a 4 ounce connected together, so that actually gives us 200 grams, and that bit of plastic in the middle there is just the bottom of a pop bottle to catch the weights, to stop them falling on the floor and getting in the way. So that's the length of my kitchen travelled, which is 5 meters. The weight was 200 grams, and the actual height from the top of there to the bottom is about 500 millimeters, give or take a little bit. So there we go, bargain store project number 49, I think.